For more on the story, we can bring in our French politics editor, Marc Perelman. Good to see you, Marc. Is the centre-right going to be a force to reckon with based on how they fared last night?
Well, that's certainly what they're hoping, because clearly before those elections, the Conservative Party was in tatters. It really had a leadership crisis. It had lost election after election. The only election they were able to win were the municipal elections, but people seem to have forgotten about this. And even they seriously doubted that they could really be in a position to have all their incumbents reelected. This is what happened yesterday night, and now they're hoping that this will give them momentum looking ahead towards the presidential election in 10th month time. Clearly, this was a big victory for them, a big victory for several of their presidential hopefuls. We saw Xavier Bertrand in the north of France, who's already declared he would be a candidate, who said, I can only be a candidate if I'm reelected. He was reelected handily without the support from La République En Marche and drubbing the National Rally, because the polls were showing that the National Rally posed a serious threat to his re-election chances. This didn't happen. Valérie Pécresse, Île-de-France region, also convincing win. Same with Laurent Wauquiez in Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes. So you have three potential candidates. Now the problem is, will they be able to find an agreement between themselves, because you can only have one candidate in the end. But this clearly gives them oxygen they needed. The truth is also the same for the Socialist Party. They were also drubbed in all the elections. They were able to hold on to the 5 regions they control. They're still much in a divisive situation because they're divided between themselves, with the Greens, with the far left. But yesterday was a kind of a good time for the old-style politics, the parties on the left and on the right that were deemed essentially shattered by the election of Emmanuel Macron. They're showing signs of life, and it's clearly a good sign for them, but also probably for democracy, despite obviously the record low turnout, which obviously was the big problem for all the political parties yesterday night.
And Marc, does this change anything, the outcome from yesterday, change anything when we look forward to that vote in 2022? Because we're still expecting to have Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen in the second round of that vote.
Well, you could say that this rematch from 2017 was essentially a foregone conclusion until yesterday night. That's no longer the case. The cards have been reshuffled. How much, how deeply, it remains to be seen. But we're already seeing some early polls from yesterday night showing that Xavier Bertrand, who's already thrown his hat into the ring, is edging towards 18-20% in the first round. It's not enough to qualify for the second round, but he is not that far from the 24-25% that both Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen are gathering. So for the first time, the polls are showing that there is a third candidate within striking distance. And so we'll see how this evolves. But clearly, the duel is not guaranteed anymore. It will be very, very interesting to see if the old parties, as we call them, can keep the momentum they got from yesterday night.
Okay, so nothing's set in stone. We'll see what happens between now and then, Marc. Thank you very much for that, Marc Perelman.